Earlier at the Varsha Ritu Cube Open, I got a 32 move single in FMC, which placed me first with two other people. But the thing is that this was my first time taking part in FMC officially. So here's the scramble with white on top and green in front. So I do the solve on the yellow cross, and as you can see that this red and green edge is already solved and it's just a d2 away from being at the right position. And here we have a really good case to form an X cross using this blue orange edge and the blue orange corner. And the way I solve it is actually quite simple as well as really efficient. So what happens is when I do R prime F to separate this from the corner, I can actually use this R move to insert this to its right place, and then I solve this cross. But while I was solving that, there are actually a number of things that happen simultaneously that lead to this good case. Is that I get this corner solved and I get this edge solved, and I also have this 3 move insert left. So there are two things I can do initially. One is I either create a pseudo F12 slot and solve this and this edge and this corner together, or I first do this 3 move insert, which will again solve this edge and corner, and then I can do the pseudo F12 later. So what I choose to do is to solve the 3 move insert pair by doing d2, solving it normally, and then what I do is I do d and create the pseudo F12 slot. I don't do a u2 and then insert it. Instead I keep it at the u2 position and do the L prime and do the u2, and here I actually don't do L prime because if I do I don't do the L, because if I do L then I will be leading into this wide R move OLL, which goes something like small R prime U2 R U R prime U wide R. And if you notice something about the wide R move, wide R is somewhat just similar, is basically just an L move, except that you are changing the U and B layers. Like if I do wide R and U2, it's basically the same thing as doing U2 L prime and B2. It's just that we are changing the position of the centers when we do wide R. While we do L, we are just kind of like holding the cube in the same position. So if I do it like this, if I just keep it like this and don't do L, I can just cancel into the OLL by doing B2 R B R prime B L. But before I do that L, I see that we have this U perm which can be solved using the RU moves, and one way of solving this U perm is using the right hand side. But if you notice here that in this case, when we are in the position of L prime, we can actually cancel into this PLL if we use the left hand side of this algorithm, which is something like L prime U, L prime U prime, L prime U prime, L prime U, L U L2, and then we have the solved cube if you do the AUF and the D moves. And that's how I got a 32 move solve in my first ever FMC participation. So before I end the video, I would like to take a moment and thank CubeLelo, which is my sponsor. I would say you can buy a variety of great puzzles from CubeLelo at great prices. Their servicing is great and their products are delivered quick in time. So until next time,